Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we'll work on script number 21. So today's script is going to be a simple one. It's a one-liner, but we're going to integrate it into a script so we can hopefully automate it somehow. So today's script will focus on setting files and directory permissions recursively. If you're unsure or if you're not aware of Unix files permissions, I'd highly suggest research that part, like especially what the octal notation means in files and directories. It's very valuable information for Linux admins to know what the permissions mean for system security and access, things like that. So we're going to get started with Bash first, and then we'll move on to the Python script next. Everyone, welcome back. So we're going to declare a path variable first. As always, we're getting the argument number 1. If not, then we are going to use a default path. I'm just choosing this one because that's the temporary folder that we are working with here. And then the mode, which stores the permission, will be the same. Like we're going to take argument number 2 now, but if it's not set, then we're just going to set it to 755. So this is octal notation. Just to let you know what this does, it's like 7 gives full permission to the root, the user, and then 5 is read and write permission for the group, and read and write for others. So this is a pretty common octal notation. If the system or the files share rather is open, then this is a very common octal notation. But if you want to be restrictive, then let's say it'll be something like 700 or something like that. Like if you want to just restrict a particular folder or file to a user, right? So but for now we're just setting it to 755 because this is a temporary folder and we want to kind of share it out. So that's why we are kind of keeping the permissions relaxed here. So let's move on to the next one. So it's just a one-liner here. Actually, this is going to be underneath this comment. And then we're going to just use chmod command, and then R, and then mode, and then just a path. That's it. That's the whole script. We're going to obviously confirm. Let's just do echo statement perm state set for, well, set on, let's say, path to mode. We're also going to print out the mode here, and that's it. So let's save this. Going back to our scripts folder, and there we're just gonna chmod it itself, the script itself. We're giving it execute permission. And we're going to run this. Okay, so the issue was I had to specify the chmod command, like where it's running from, and then the issue was fixed. So if we run this now, so you can see permission set, and we can also confirm this using bash-x. It'll show us what it's doing. So as you can see, it's actually executing, and then we can also further confirm by just ls/lath. Here, if you can see, it's rwx, which is 7, r-x or r-x, or if you want to say r-empty-x is 5. R-empty-x is 5. So just read up on the octal notation and like the values that it stands for. So read is 5. Okay, so we need to import some module here for Python. Is import sys, and then we also need OS. and then we're going to set the default path and mode. So we're taking the first parameter, or if not, then we're setting it to placeholder value here, and then, or predetermined, whatever you prefer. So and then we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to do, but we also need to convert this to integer. If length is the same thing here, is length is we're going to set else and then 0 O for octal 755, and then for we're going to use a for root for root tires files in os.walk. We are traversing the directory here, path, and then we're going to try to set permission on the directory itself. And then set permission on. Then we'll use another for loop to set permission to all the files inside. For F, which stands for file, in files os.chmod, and then os.path.join root, and then F. So root directory would be something like let's say for this one, the root directory would be something like the projects folder or something like that. So so for this one, we're just joining the root path plus the file name. So anything that's under the etc directory, this is what F kind of represents here. Then we are also passing in the mode, like the octal value of the permission here. We're going to try to catch an exception here. Except permission error. And we're going to print the error. And then we're just going to simply try to like put a confirmation permission set on, let's say set on this will be path, and then we're just going to put in also the octal value. that's it. And then let's try to run this. It's Python. As you can see, permission is set to 0. Well, 755. That's what it is. So, yep. So that's it. That's the script for today. So we just took over a script that will change permission in a folder and files recursively using octal value. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.